to do everything they tell you to do on Discovery Channel. I tried a punch on the nose, didn't work. Tried to go for an eye, didn't work. And there's no ways I'm sticking my hand in those deals. So there I was, and the next thing I know, I see this massive scar behind her eye. So what I did was I took my hands and I pushed it into the scar. And at that point, I tried to pull the scar apart. She didn't like that, and she began to shake me underneath the water again. And as she shook me, I could feel this weird dense sensation in my shin bone. And immediately, snap, crackle, and pop, my shin bone breaks in half. I immediately swam to the surface more than anything else because I needed to breathe. So I got to the surface and I threw my hand out to the water, hoping that the lifeguards would see it. The next thing I know, I'm there, and typical Baywatch moment, my brother sees me. And he leans over the side of the rescue boat and comes towards me like this. And that's when that song just starts playing. I'll be ready. And there I am, hanging over the side of the rescue boat. I'm there, my brother's coming towards me, and he grabs me by the arm. And he pulls me into the rescue boat and he says, Achmat, behind you. And as I turned around, that's when I saw the shark coming back for the second time. She hit the rescue boat with so much force that we actually shifted sideways and were now facing the shore. My brother immediately jumped on top of me and closed my eyes with his one hand and grabbed what was left over from my leg with the other hand. They took the string of the torpedo boy and used it as a tourniquet around my leg. And as I lie there, I remember asking my brother, how bad is it? Because he was lying on top of me with his hand over my eyes. And I said, Tori, how bad is it? And he said, don't worry, small little cut on your foot. And I said, how many stitches? And he's like, looks about 3. And this is just a technique to keep the patient calm, which was used pretty well by my brother on that day. Because I felt calm, I felt good, 3 stitches, I'm fine. Okay? And we got back to the shore, and they just screamed at the instructor, Achmat was just attacked by a shark. My instructor runs down, grabs the shark attack pack, and they start working on my leg. Now, the shark attack pack is something great that was given to every life-saving club. Unfortunately, we were the first life-saving club to use ours, and I remember them working on my leg, and eventually, they pulled me into the rescue boat, and we were on our way back to the shore. Okay? We got to the shore, and the next thing I know, there are 1,000 people standing on the shore because everyone had seen the commotion. And I remember being put on the life-saving stretcher, and they did what lifeguards do. They knew what to do perfectly. Okay? Everything was done perfectly. They put me on the stretcher and took me towards the helipad. And at that point, I was so excited, ladies and gentlemen, because I had never been in a helicopter before. And as I got taken out, as you can see, here I am lying on the stretcher with my thumb in the air, because I'm so excited. And I'm about to get a helicopter ride. Despite half my leg missing. And eventually here I am, and on my way to the nearest hospital. I got to Constantiaberg Hospital, and I had that typical Grey's Anatomy and ER moment where I look down, and the lights are going past me, and I've got this blanket over my body, and I look down, and I only see one hump under this blanket. And it's weird, because I could feel that the other foot was still there. So I kept trying to turn this foot up, but nothing came. Eventually, you get into the emergency room, they put that little gas mask on you, they tell you to count to 10, and you're like, I'm going to make it to 12. And they put this thing on you, 1, and you're out. And the next thing I wake up in ICU after my operation, and my brother's standing there and he's crying. And I said, why are you crying? And he said, I just want to say thank you for saving my life. I know what you did. And I said, sorry, that's not important. The most important thing is that we are speaking to each other. And that's the most important thing. And he says, I know, but you didn't come out so great. And as he said, I didn't come out so great, I started looking at my fingers, I was like, okay, it's 10. And he says, look underneath the blanket. And that's when I saw that half my leg had been amputated. At that point, my dream of representing South Africa started going out the window. And I started becoming real sad. And as I lie there, my dad walks in with a newspaper. And he says, my boy, you're starting to become famous. And I look at the picture and I said, Dad, where am I the famous one because the shark is there, the rescue guys are there, you, mom, and my brother is there, but I don't see myself. And he said, well, it starts with your family and we eventually get to you. And finally, I'm in the picture, okay, with my awesome 2 legs. And that little green thing around my neck, ladies and gentlemen, that's the greatest thing on earth. It's like a little morphine pill. Oh, it's amazing. And the next thing I know, this article pictures up in the newspaper. And it says, Sharkboy on 2 feet again. And that is how I got the nickname Sharkboy. And that is where it all began. At that point, I met a girl by the name of Natalie Dutoy. Natalie Dutoy is a multiple Paralympic world champion. And she came up to me and she said, Achmat, don't give up on your dreams. I looked at Natalie and I had no excuse because she also had a leg missing. So I couldn't say, but my leg is missing. Okay? And she said, get into the water and see what you can do. Ladies and gentlemen, I took to the water like a shark in the ocean. I fell in love with butterfly, and the next thing you know, I became South African Paralympic butterfly champion. Which leads me to our next problem. Ladies and gentlemen, life is not always good. Okay? As human beings, we all make mistakes. And as you can see, that is my first time making the South African team to go to Beijing, China, okay, for the 2008 Paralympic Games. And it took me less than a year to qualify for the Paralympic Games. But I am South African, and in South African we have a saying, if it's free, ons vat 2. Okay? Which means if it's free, we take 2 of everything. Okay? And as I got to the Paralympic village in Beijing, I found out that there's a massive food hall and everything is free inside this food hall. I eventually found out that McDonald's was free and everything else was free. And I took 3. Okay? I took 2 of everything. Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest problem about this picture is it's just before my race. I got onto that block and I thought I was going to die. I dove in and I started burping McDonald's as I swam. It was horrid. And at that point, I came 9th. I just missed out on the final. But that is my own mistakes. Once again, we are human beings. We make mistakes. But we move on. And I told myself, Achmat, what an embarrassment to the nation. But you have a chance to redeem yourself. And I thought, you know what? 4 years from now is the next games. And I went back and I started training as hard as I could, believing in myself, eating properly, being the best that I can be. And that's when I found myself at the London 2012 Paralympic Games. And as I stood there, ladies and gentlemen, a time of 27:76 is the fastest time recorded by an amputee ever in the world. And that was my most amazing moment. So it just goes to show you that no matter what, you have no excuse to go out there and live your dreams. Get your ideas, have them put out there, and be the best you can be. Because if I can do it, you have no excuse. Ladies and gentlemen, I went through a shark attack, come on. And I still got to achieve what I wanted to. And the story doesn't end there. It just keeps going. I'm proud to be an ambassador of LSA. And I'm proud to know that I can go around the world and change people's lives by giving them the story. I've spoken all over the world, and people are really touched by the story. I don't see myself as a motivational speaker. I see myself as someone helping someone else, which is what we do in life-saving. It is what we do. We are there to save others, to make sure that others are okay. And I believe people say, Achmat, what is your goal in life? I say, I want to change the world, make it a better place. And they say, but that's impossible. Ladies and gentlemen, impossible is nothing. Okay, I believe I can change the world. And if I can, believe me, your ideas and your innovation can do the same thing. You can save the lives of someone else. Which leaves me with this little picture. This was my greatest moment. To stand on that podium and see my country's flag being raised up in front of me. And that's when I want to share that little moment with you right now. Yes, there have been many other medals since then. I've gone on to become world champion since then. But this little moment right here is the moment it all went down. It's the moment that my life changed. And I believe that each and every one of us can do the exact same thing. Since then, I got 2 cool teeth out of the whole thing. One got taken out of my fist, and the other one out of my leg. Okay? And that reminds me every single day that I got to push on through life. That I got to keep going for my goal. That I got to keep believing in myself and push through and change the world. Since then, I've become an ambassador for the United Nations as a global shark guardian. I now protect the bugger that bit me. Her name? Scarlet. Because of the scar she has behind her eye. Okay? And she's absolutely beautiful. So I work with sharks all around the world and different other marine projects. Which leads me to my little last one. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to me speak. I want you to go out there, believe in yourselves. I have one last question for each and every one of you. They say, when you get lemons, do what? I can't hear you guys. When you get lemons, do what? Make lemonade, right? We were all taught to make lemonade. It's in our blood, it's there. But why make lemonade, ladies and gentlemen? Why follow the rest of the crowd? Okay? We are not sheep. We do not follow each other. Okay? Find your own opportunities. Okay? Find your own doors. Because if we follow everyone else through the same door, we're just going to get the same thing out of life. But if we make our own opportunities and go through doors that we thought were impossible, believe you me, there could be a real good surprise on the other side. I did it. And so can you. Ladies and gentlemen, go out there, take those lemons, and make lemon meringue. Thank you.